Hey guys, it's Vixella and I am back today with another speed build. So today I was kind of going towards more suburban-y type house instead of all of the Tudor houses that I've been doing lately because of the expansion pack. I decided to try to give it a break. I do really like them so much more than I had expected. Normally those aren't houses I usually go crazy for, at least in real life. But in The Sims, it's things are different. So I kind of really like them in The Sims. I think they're really, really pretty. I don't know. I just think they have a lot of charm. And yeah, so I like them. But I was like, all right, let's do something different. Because I've done 3. I think I did 3 in a row. So I'm going to try to do one that's a little bit different. But I kept the general theme of the lush landscaping like I did in the last one. Because I'm just completely obsessed with it. I think it looks so nice, so much nicer than anything I've ever done before. So I kept that theme, but I started off doing kind of a almost foresty looking, like what I was to do in a Tudor house. You know, that makes sense in that kind of house, but in this one, it looked a little odd. You'll see me kind of change it up whenever I do the landscaping, but it started to look like that. Okay, so then I had to change it. But I changed it to just some more, less foresty. It looks a little bit less in the forest and just more this should be in a neighborhood type thing. And even though this is suburban-y, it is and it isn't. I don't know. To me, I don't know if I've ever seen a suburban house that quite looks like this, but I will tell you for this build, I did focus more on the interior than I did the exterior, even though of course I always look at the exterior a lot because I love doing exteriors. It's way more fun than doing the interior for me at least. But I was like, okay, because I know my interior is where I struggle, and that's exactly why, because I prefer to do the outside, so I always spend more time and more details on the outside than I do the inside. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with where I am on exteriors, but I was like, okay, it's time to work on the interior so we can balance this out and feel really good about everything that I build and not just parts of it. So I focused a lot on the interior, and what I did on that is I really took my time and thought about what does a real house look like? Because a lot of the houses I make don't make any sense. When you go to the inside, it's this would never work out in a real house. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow. So I was trying to figure out what it is that's making it look so odd or making it look like it doesn't flow. So I really took my time, really kind of studied what I've done. And this is on is it 30 by 20 lot, I think? So it's a little bit smaller. I did it that way so that I would so that I could focus on the interior and not overdo my amount of space, because I think when I have too much space, it's almost a little overwhelming, and then I kind of don't do as well. But I did it on a smaller lot. There's a lot of room for a backyard, but I didn't do too much. Actually, I really love the backyard. It's just landscaping and then a pool. That's pretty much it. I didn't put anything else back there. No other activities or anything. You always could remove some of the landscaping and then add in your own stuff. But like I said, I was more focused on the inside than I was the outside. So I was trying to kind of just keep it a little more simple and not go so crazy. It's easy to go crazy with landscaping, but I try to tone it back a little bit, but I really like it. I guess it's personal preference, but I really love the landscaping, the lush scenery. It's so beautiful. But I love the backyard in this house. I like the backyard more than I like the front yard. But instead of the last house, in the last house, I literally flipped the house backwards because I was I like the back better than I like the front. And so I ended up flipping it and it looked so much better. But in this one, I liked the front of the house, but in terms of landscaping, the back was I loved it. I love the back so much. It looks like an oasis. You'll see it. It looks really, really pretty. And it's kind of it's kind of shady back there. Oh, I ended up moving this house 3 times. So you'll see it happen probably only once, but I think for like pictures and stuff I ended up moving it because like you see there's that street light in the way, and then like in the back, or it was like kind of shady. I don't know. It was shady. It's giving me those shady eyes, if you know what I mean. I was taking a little bit of a break from the exterior here for a second because I was like, all right, let me just like figure out where the stairs are gonna go. I was trying to plan the interiors like while I was doing the exterior, so I was like really trying to focus. And I actually think I did a pretty good job on the interior. I'm really proud of it. And that's saying a lot because usually I'm not too fond of my interiors. But okay, so I really thought about it. And I was like, okay. The only thing that doesn't make sense in this house, I'm not gonna lie, is like the living room and the kitchen. Because it's like I was just like limited on space and I didn't plan that part out. I was planning more of like, I guess the upstairs. The upstairs is what I'm like really proud of. Because I thought of a way, because like, you know how I always put like a little fence around the stairs on the upstairs whenever you like walk up the stairs, so you don't like, it's just like open. It looks very weird. So it looks like you would just like fall back down. There's like nothing blocking the stairs. So I was always trying to put like a fence. And it always feels weird. Like it doesn't look right. There's just like something about it. And for the longest time I couldn't figure out what that was. And then I was like, oh my god, let's use some half walls on this baby. And it literally blew my mind. And there's like a little spot that looks down onto the first floor, and it like, you see how I have that big window in the front on the second floor? That is actually something I see in tons of like more suburban-y houses. Well, the more fancy ones. Like going around the corner from where I live, you would not see anything like this. But if you went down a little bit further, maybe. But they're like a little more fancy, it's a little more upscale, but I love them. It's my favorite part of the like bigger houses. They're so beautiful with their big windows, and it just looks in on like their spiral staircases and stuff. It's so pretty. But in here, I did that big window, and then on the inside I have one of those really huge like hanging lights. It's I don't know if you could call them chandeliers, maybe, but they're really gorgeous, but you have to hang them from a second floor, I think, or you have to have like the tallest wall settings, which I didn't. So I hung it from the second floor right behind that window, so you can see it through the window, and it's really cool. And then right there is below it is open to the first floor. So I thought that was really cool. Usually I have a really tough time getting that to work, and I did. So I don't think I recorded it, or did I? I don't know. I don't think I did. I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually think I did, because in my head I was like, this is gonna take way too long. Way too long. I never record doing the like layouts of the house with like the walls inside or the like wallpapering, because it takes me hours and hours just to do that itself. So I'm like, oh god, no. This video would be like over an hour long. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been speeding them up a little bit faster because it's just the videos are getting too long. Like, I can have a limit of like maybe 30 minutes, but I think after that it's a little excessive. Also, I can't talk for that long. I'm like running out of things to talk about. But because you guys know it's like, you know how people do like story time videos nowadays? These are like my story time videos, basically. But hey, so far I've been talking about the build, so I think I should get points for that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm really proud of the upstairs. It's probably my favorite part. Just the little section with the stairs, and then the part that looks down below. It makes so much sense to me, because that is in like everyone's house that I've ever been in that has had 2 stories, has had like a balcony on their stairs that looks down to like the, or at least like in the hallway that looks down to the first floor, and it's gorgeous and I love it. I love that in houses, and I was like, how do I like manage that in this game? So yeah, this is where I changed up the trees to make it a little bit less foresty. You can see the trees, they're like a lot lighter colored. I kept those like shorter dark trees though. I like those. I think that they're like a nice accent. But as far as the other trees, I tried to like mix it up with like the yellower kind of trees. Does that make sense? You can see it. You can use your eyes. You see those trees? Those trees. I was still trying to put some taller ones because I just thought there wasn't enough, but I'm never satisfied, so sometimes you just gotta cut me some slack. But here I am just putting grass frickin' everywhere. Oh, and the backyard. I love the backyard. It is so oasis-y. Oh, oasis-y. That's a word. No, it's not. We made that up. Oh, and then like, oh, I wish we could do, you know what? There's probably a way to do it. And someone's probably already done it, but you know those pools that are really fancy and they have like waterfalls in them with like the rocks and stuff, like the huge rocks. That's kind of what I was going for right there, but like minus the waterfall. Because I'm like, how would I do that? How would I make a waterfall? I figure I could put a fountain in there and like have it shooting into the pool. I'm pretty sure I did that a super duper long time ago. I had like a let's build, what was it? Was it a pool oasis? I don't know. It never got finished because I had, like, my game had gotten deleted or corrupted. I don't know. Things happen all the time with The Sims. It's like you have to do things so fast before everything just hits the fan. Because it will. It will. You'll notice I say, well, actually, I think I stop recording a lot of times when I save, because sometimes when I do save and I'm recording, it crashes. So you can only imagine the frustration. But, I will save after I do every room. I will save after I do every little thing. So I save a lot because you never know when your game is going to just poop out on you, like completely poop out. And it is so disheartening to work on things for hours and then just have them disappear. It hurts. It hurts right there, right in the feels. But anyways, we're almost done with the backyard, I think, and I'm really liking it. But I think the lighting changes. Or at least, like, later on. I don't know. Maybe in the pictures, it definitely is different. Because I moved it to a different, not even to a different lot, like to an entirely different world. Or neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it looks so much better where I ended up putting it. Because it was just, like, not working. Actually, the backyard looks really pretty. But you see the front is very dim. I didn't like that, because I feel like I can't see. Oh, here we go. So here's the inside. There's the little thingy I was talking about. I was trying to make sure none of the plants were showing. Choking. Oh my god. None of the plants were showing through, because I know that like really gets to some people. It doesn't bother me too much, but I'll do it anyways, just because. Oh, and there we go. We have the wallpaper in. So, anyways, I have some like little accent walls. I kept it very like that brown almost looks like a deep. Or like an interesting colored purple almost, right? Does anybody else see that, or is that just me? It looks kind of purplish. I don't know, because I thought it was purple at first, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to put purple. But then I was like, actually, that looks kind of brown too, so I don't know what it is. And I tried putting so many things on this table. I ended up putting some flowers. So creative. Oh, Lord. And then I had realized I forgot to put the flooring in the whole time, so I am such a huge fan of houses that have nice wood floors, but in all the rooms. I know a lot of people do prefer carpet, like at least in the bedrooms and stuff like that, but I really don't. I don't know. I've always grown up with my houses having wood floors like everywhere, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, obviously living room, like everywhere. And I love it. I just think it's so much nicer than having carpet, because I have carpet now, and having, lived forever with wood floors and now living with carpet, I find it so much more difficult to live with carpet, because it's like if something spills or if something, like, if it gets messed up, like, oh well, like, there goes your carpet. It's like, it's so expensive to fix, rather than something, you can break your wood floors, of course, but I feel like it's much harder to do. I've never done it, so I don't know how you would actually break a wood floor. It'd have to be really intense, right? You'd have to break something, like, crazy. But, anyways, yeah, if you spill something, you can just mop it up, and you can sweep. I don't know, it's really nice. I prefer wood floors all the way. So, I'm, like, in the moving process, and it's very hard to find houses with all wood floors, and I was trying not to be too picky, because I know it's not really that common at all. I don't know, who was it? My mom, I think, maybe told me that it used to be more common in like older houses and stuff, but I think is it less common now? I think that's what she said. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember what she said, but I really like it, and I am that's what I'm looking for, if we're being honest. I'm like trying not to be too picky, but I really have my heart set on it. And I have actually found a few houses that do have wood floors in all the rooms, and it's absolutely fascinating to find them. And they're actually houses that are like newly renovated. So I feel like maybe they're either trying to bring it back, or maybe they're just like me and they just happen to like it too. I don't know. Oh, and guys, there's this one house. Oh, I'm just dying. I'm actually dead. There's this one house. It's in my neighborhood that I live in now, which is great because I want to stay here, but it is unbelievable. On the outside, it looks, I'm not even gonna lie, so basic. It is like a teeny tiny looking 1-story, like, I think it's like a white brick, like suburban looking house. It's super tiny. It is like nothing special on the outside whatsoever. You would never think it would be anything but basic on the inside. Oh my gosh. But then that's where you're wrong, because you go on the inside and it's like a freaking palace. I'm like, what is this? And it's beautiful. It's in my price range. It is amazing. It's perfect. It is everything I could ever dream of, but they don't allow pets. What kind of heartless human won't let you have a pet? What kind of human? And I'm like, no, Yuna, no. I mean, I think I'm still gonna ask. I'm still going to ask. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Like, I am willing to put my name on this thing right now if you will let me bring my dog. like, I will literally put my name down. I don't even know if that's how it works, but I will. I'll sign a lease. Let's do it, because that house is beautiful. It is so beautiful, you guys. I don't know. It's so nice. Like, one of the nicest houses I've ever seen. Well, in that price range, because I mean, I've seen some like big old houses that I could only dream of living in, of course, but this one was like, it was in my price range. And I'm like, are you serious? And it's right around the corner. I've got 2 family members that live like on the same street, so it's like, I have family right there if I needed something. It's so perfect, but it's like, can't have pets? Really? That's my one concern. So I'm gonna try. No promises on that though, because in the end, it really all just depends on what the owner wants to do. So I kind of highly doubt that they're going to let me have my dog there, because I have a giant husky. Actually, you know what? She's not that giant. Shockingly, she's really not that big. I don't know if she just hasn't grown in all the way. I mean, how old was she? Was born in March, and it's January now, so that's what, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, so she's like 10 months old. Almost exactly 10 months old, yeah. And she's not that big. Honestly, she's really not that big at all. She's pretty tiny. So I don't know if maybe she's just gonna be a small dog, or if maybe they just develop for a really, really long time, huskies. I've never had one, so I don't know if she's just gonna keep growing and growing until she just towers over me. She does tower over me when we're both sitting on the ground together. She's taller than me. Is that sad? It's a little sad. It's okay. I mean, nothing new here. But she's just really tiny. Like, really, really tiny. Not at all what I expected. Because I went to go, like, whenever I got her the first time, like, I went to the person's house and they had the parents there. And the parents they looked like bears. They were the biggest dogs I had ever seen, besides a Great Dane. Okay, I've seen those, and those are like horses. But these were it was like the biggest dogs, and they're beautiful. And I was like, what did I just get myself into, Because I was like, this is going to be a huge dog, but they're just so adorable. How could you resist those faces? So I got her, and I was like expecting her to be that size, but she's really kind of tiny. I'm like, was she the runt? I don't know. Is there always a runt? I'm not actually sure. All the puppies looked, they were all exactly the same size. Like, weirdly exactly the same. Not one of them was a different size. It was really weird. They were all just different colors and different personalities. Because, like, with Yuna, which is my dog, if you don't know, I wanted a brown one. A brown husky, because I feel like I don't see those very often. Well, actually, no, you know what? I see huskies a lot. For us living in Texas, you think that you wouldn't see them a lot, but you do, because it's kind of hot here, you know, like kind of really hot here, like in like 100+ degrees, like half of the year. Which that's the only reason I never got one, because I was like, are they gonna be okay? But as I've gotten older, I've just seen hundreds of them. Like, people love them here. So I was like, okay, you know, but I mean, it's not like she lives outside, you know, she lives in here where I keep it negative 3,000 degrees because I love the Arctic winds of the like, I just want to live in Antarctica, please. But that's probably why she likes me so much, because I keep it so cold in here. But anyways, I wanted a brown one because I've seen like the black ones and the gray ones like 100 times, but the brown ones, like the like really rich brown color, I just thought was so pretty. So I was like, okay, I want a brown one. And I wanted a girl. And so the guy had two. He had two brown girls. And I was like, okay, perfect. So we went and we like picked them up and we like kind of tried to interact with both of them. And like he just had them literally like thrown out in his front yard, like where the street was. There was no fence. They were just like allowed to roam everywhere. And I was like, this has got to be the most ghetto, unsafe situation I've ever been in. But I was like, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? The guy, like, I literally found this on Craigslist. I've never, ever used Craigslist before. It was really scary, guys. It was really scary. I recommend going with someone that can protect you if you're gonna do that, because it's a little sketchy. But it was literally just a guy who had huskies, who had, like, over 10 puppies, and he was like, there's literally no way I can take care of this many puppies, so he had to, like, get rid of them. But anyways, so, there was 2 of them, and they acted the same. They were both completely, like, oblivious to us there. Like, none of the puppies cared. All they wanted to do was just explore and, like, eat the grass and, chew on things. Like, they just wanted to, like, walk around in the grass. Like, none of them cared about anything. There was, like, one that was, like, trying to bite our ankles. He was really cute. He was, like, a little boy, and he was like a gray one. He was so cute. But I was like, all right, you know what? I came here with a game plan. I was like, let me see what I can do. And so we picked up both of them, like, at the same time, and like just waited. We were like, all right, let's see if any of them even react to us, which they didn't. They were the most, like, they just didn't care. And you know, like, the look on their faces, it almost looks like they're angry, and it was so funny because they just look so annoyed like all the time. It kind of makes me laugh. And they just look like they just really didn't want us to be holding them, but it's like just their faces. But they just sat there, you know, emotionless, and I was like, this is really difficult. So I chose the one with that had symmetrical markings, which was Yuna. You win, Yuna. I don't know how, I was like, how am I supposed to choose? But no, it all worked out. Like, those dogs, like, I come to find out later on, of course, I did a lot of research before I also had, you know, adopted one. So that was a good idea. But afterwards, I did a little bit more research because they're so independent. Like, Yuna will, like, she doesn't, like, need us to be there all the time, which is, like, I mean, that's good and bad, I guess. But it's, like, it's nice because she really doesn't actually require that much attention. She's very low maintenance for being such a, you know, a big dog. Very low maintenance. As long as we, like, I mean, we give her tons of attention, whether she likes it or not. But she just, like, if it's just me and her in the house, I'll just leave, like, the door open because I'll be in my room. And she likes to go in the living room because I think it's a little bit colder in there. Because my room is always way hotter than the rest of the house because my computer's in here and it's a freaking monster and just generates a freaking orb of heat in this room. So I always have to turn the AC, like, way down so that it's like kind of cold in my room, but it's like ice cold everywhere else. So everyone's always complaining, but I'm like, hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But she loves it in the living room. And plus we have like leather couches and stuff, so that's like freezing, you know, so she always likes to lay on them. But I'll, like, feed her, play with her, take her outside, you know, that's pretty much it. Then she will get some water maybe, and she'll go to sleep on the couch. and you won't see her for hours. Or I'll give her like a bone or something. You won't see her for hours. She'll just take it, go in the living room, and have her fun by herself. I don't know, it's really like not that difficult. As I thought it was gonna be like this horrid mess, which granted, it is. There's stuffing everywhere. She destroys all the toys we give her. Like, I mean, not even like playing kind of destroying. I mean, like it's a mission for her to kill them. Like, she wants to kill her toys. And then, of course, there was that one time, the first time I ever went out of town, I swear she had some kind of separation anxiety. And like nobody was home, and she like her cage was broken at the time, so they just had to leave her out, and she tore up so much carpet. There is a huge hole in the carpet, like right when you walk in, just a hole. Like she started from the middle and just ripped a giant hole, and I was like, are you kidding me? We have a chair. I have a chair sitting there. I don't even know how much that's gonna cost me when I get out of here. It's probably a fortune. But yeah, so that's another thing about carpet, is that my dog can tear it apart. So, you know. Also, I feel like she would love wood floors, because my mom has wood floors like that. Like I said, like everywhere I've lived, pretty much, like there's just wood floor everywhere. So obviously I lived with my mom before I moved here, and I took Yuna over there not too long ago, and she loved it. Like, she was just like sprawled out on the wood floor, because it's cold, you know, so anything that's cold she likes. Also, it's like freezing in my closet. For some reason my closet is not like climate controlled. Like if I set the AC on or off, like it doesn't affect the closet, so it only is affected by the temperature outside. So if it's cold outside, it's freezing in my closet. If it's hot outside, it's super hot in my closet. And so right now, since it's being cold outside for once in our very, very sad Texas lives, I have her bed like sitting inside of my closet, and it acts as like a little cave. It's kind of cute. She loves it. She loves going in there and laying down. Like, if her bed's not in there, she'll go lay down in the cave anyways, the cave closet. But anyways, I spent so much time not talking about the build. Of course. Are you even surprised? But here are the pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Let me know what you think about the interior, whether or not you think it's weird. I think the downstairs is still a little bit wonky, but the upstairs I really, really like. So yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time.